Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Divine. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man, so, real quick, that little clip in the beginning, man, I thought that was really dope. I pulled that off in hardcore. I didn't really think that diving mechanic was going to be that much of a, a big deal until I started using it. So it has its perks, you know what I mean? It makes for good clips, as you saw. But aside from that, Black Ops 6 has finally came out. It has come out as of last week, Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Don't really know the date, but do as y'all will with that information. Everybody knows. But I have two things that are like my biggest concerns when it comes to Black Ops 6. I was able to get my hands on a copy for little or nothing, you know what I mean? I didn't have to come out of my pocket or have to spend virtually anything for it, you know what I mean? I just had somebody that didn't want the copy and I took it off their hands, you know? So yeah, I got a chance to, get my hands on Black Ops 6 and really starting to like get into it. But two things that are my biggest concerns. So the first thing at the tip top of my list is I'm not a big fan of these spawns. All right, it's bad enough that we have a lot of small maps and little. I would say, in comparison to small and medium-sized maps, I would say the small maps are the majority. So the medium-sized maps, the spawns aren't that bad because it takes a little minute for you to get to the engagement, which I'm fine with. But the small maps, like, my God, the sight lines are just way too open. Where they spawn you at, especially in hardcore, you're in the wide open sometimes. You have these angles to where sometimes you can't even see who that is that just got you. You know what I mean? If it's not that, then you have guys that are literally camping the spawns out, and the trigger to flip the spawn is too far back in the spawn to the point where you have to literally damn near stand where they normally would spawn at, and then it'll flip. But you can have guys literally just hanging out, and then as soon as you spawn, you take 2-3 steps and bam, you're beamed. That's it. And then they spawn you back again, but just on a different side, but you're still in the vicinity of where you just died at or where that person is hanging out at. So there's really no way for you to combat it. Now, of course, it's a two-way street because if they're not doing it to you, you're doing it to them. You know what I mean? So just the simple fact that these spawns are just garbage, man, and like where they spawn you sometimes you'll get a guy that's behind you, sometimes you'll get a guy that's in front of you, but you don't really know where he's at per se until like the third or fourth death because you're pissed off. But aside from all of that, man, these spawns are garbage. They're terrible, man. I hate these spawns in this game because it's literally like Face Jeff said, spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. That's literally what it is with these small maps. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, medium-sized maps, I don't have no issues with them. I think they're okay, but you're a fool if you're going to sit here and say that, oh, there's nothing wrong with spawns. I think they did a great job. You're a fool because you're either always spawn trapping or you quit out of games where you're getting spawn trapped and you just kind of blank it out and put it in the back of your mind and you move forward. But yeah, spawns are trash, especially in the small apps. It definitely needs to get better. Second thing is, this is my main I ain't gonna say it's my main concern, but I think a lot of people will feel this way as well. We need to have non-solid friendlies. Now, remember back in Modern Warfare 2 when they started doing the shipment playlist, or it might have been in Modern Warfare 2014, but I remember when they started doing the shipment playlist, remember how you had a guy, sometimes they would spawn you inside of that container, and sometimes you would have to sit there and wait for a guy to move, or sometimes you're trying to get out of the container, but you're not able to move because there's a guy holding up the corner, and you're practically pinned back there, you know what I mean? So, same thing in Black Ops 6, where anytime you spawn, if there's a guy that's holding a corner because they will somehow spawn you inside of a tight container or inside of a tight space, you're trying to move and you might have a guy that's standing there holding the corner because he's taking his time coming out of the spawn, and in turn, if he doesn't see that guy that's in front of him or you don't see that guy, it's a double kill every single time because the solid is making it to where I can't move. Or say for example, I might have somebody behind me and I might get into a gunfight, run out of ammo, and I'm trying to retreat. I can't run back because there's a guy in my way, and that prohibits me from being able to move and try to re-engage at a different time. But I can't do that because he's in my way. Or a guy might be running to me and we happen to bump into each other or whatever. The game makes it to where we're just running in place because, again, he's a solid player model. We've got to take that out. That seems, it pisses me off because it seems like it's an oversight for Treyarch. Like, how do you take in feedback, Treyarch? Like, that's my question to y'all. Like, how do y'all receive feedback? What do y'all do with the feedback? Because it seems to me that a lot of stuff that is key to the quality of life when it comes to Black Ops or just Call of Duty in general, it seems to me that you guys just completely just overlook the stuff that's like very minute and minuscule. You guys care more about game-breaking bugs and weapons being overpowered and blah, 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 versus the little small, minute details. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Speaking of minute details, the third thing, I just thought of this third thing. The third thing is every time you spawn, you cock your weapon. You've got to stop that. Because I remember in Modern Warfare 2, or 3, whichever one it was, I remember every single time when you spawned, your guy kept cocking his gun. So remember when they had the shipment playlist, right? Everybody ran the hell out of the shipment playlist. Every time, whenever you spawned, you kept cocking your gun. Now, if you're aware of how bad, not gonna say bad, but you know how fast-paced the game be, there might be a guy that's in immediate to your right or in front to the left of you or whatever. You can't immediately engage because as soon as you start or as soon as you spawn in, your guy's to cock his gun, and that takes away about 2.5 to maybe 3 seconds of your time, and it's like that. But those 2.5, 3 seconds can literally be life or death for you inside of, you know, when you start spawning. So what they did was they took that out, and the only time that you cock your gun is when you first load into that map. After that, once you die and you respawn back, you don't cock your gun no more. So that's what they need to do for Treyarch. For Black Ops 6, Treyarch needs to do that. It just makes me cringe that I'm having to tell you guys this. You know what I'm saying? People think that because Black Ops 6 is, it feels different, it feels great, blah, blah, blah. Everybody just completely overlooks the small things. You know what I'm saying? Like, those 3 things that I brought up, the spawns, especially on the small maps, the solid friendlies needing to become a non-solid friendly, and then the cocking of the gun every single time you spawn. Those 3 things at the tip top of my list as of right now. Those things need to be addressed. We had all the way into the beta back in some months ago. We had all the way back then to fix that problem, and you guys haven't done a damn thing about it since. So it raises my question again, like I said earlier. How are you guys intaking this feedback? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys listening to? Who are you guys listening to? Because it's clear that you guys aren't looking at the right stuff, and this is just a complete oversight. Because if it wasn't oversight, we wouldn't be dealing with these things as of right now. But, you know, I microdose this game, you know what I'm saying? I try not to, like, let it bother me. I would talk about skill-based matchmaking, but, of course, the only thing I will say about that is just a tip to y'all. Make skill-based matchmaking your bitch. And when I say that, I mean that in terms of if you want to get an easier lobby, quit out of 4 or 5 matches so you can get you an easier lobby. You know, manipulate that algorithm so you can get what you want. If Treyarch wants to, or Activision, or whoever's in charge of that algorithm, if they want to keep making it seem like, we should penalize players, or we want to keep putting them in these games where you got to carry these teams and blah, 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 blah. If they want to keep doing that, okay, manipulate the algorithm. And I'm talking about manipulate the hell out of it until skill-based matchmaking stops becoming such a curse to players that just want to have a great time. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But we might make a video about that later on, a later day. But either way, those are 3 things I wanted to mention about Black Ops 6. But either way, it's a mixed bag as far as an experience for me goes when it comes down to Black Ops 6. Some good, some bad, you know what I mean? But it just truly depends on the type of match you're in. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Appreciate the 7K, y'all. I wanted to hit that before the year was up. 8K is next. So, yeah, man, let's keep this thing rolling. I really appreciate all the support y'all be showing the videos, man, most definitely. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.